Welcome to Breathwork Coaching. My name is Coach Erin. Today's talk is about anxiety, nervous system regulation, and healing. Tired of fighting against your anxiety, trying to constantly figure it out, feeling so frustrated? What I want to encourage you right now is to, and as hard as it is, and as loud as the physical symptoms may be, and how fast as our mind starts racing with so much fear and panic and all the what ifs when we're in anxiety, and especially when we feel our breathing pattern is disrupted. We're just searching and, like I said, fighting, trying to figure it out, putting all our energy towards fixing it. What I've learned from myself and in my own journey, learning to manage and overcome really anxiety, no longer suffer from it and chronic pain, is that sometimes we need to just feel it and listen. I know that can sound just terrible, but sometimes we need to stop reacting so much to it and slow down and start to feel what's underneath the symptom. What within my own person, within my own self, am I not in alignment with? What's out of balance in my life? And so when I do that with clients, we're really looking at their wellness. What within your lifestyle, your habits and your behaviors, but also your emotional health, your social connections, your occupation, your environment. Let's go deeper and really start to ask, why am I so stressed? What am I so anxious about? And what is this anxiety trying to communicate to me? What is this physical symptom trying to get me to listen to? What's it trying to communicate? And usually it's that you need to slow down. You need to stop. And there needs to be some type of recalibration in your life. Because if you just focus on fixing and managing the symptom, you're not really getting to the root of the cause and the issue. And that's the type of work that I get to do. And I think there's a big, there's a middle ground between the medical world and how they deal with these things, and how holistic and mind-body practitioners and coaches and people like me deal with this. We're going to look at all your areas of your life, and we're going to get really honest. We're going to start asking the questions, and we're going to dig deeper and get to the root and get to the source. In so many people's journey that I work with, there's a lot of emotional pain, suppression, kind of bottled up and pushed down, that hasn't been dealt with. And so leaning in to yourself and your experience, that can be such an empowering part of this journey. Journal work is one of the best ways I found that clients, when they take the time consistently to do this type of work, and the practice that I've created is called All is Welcome journaling. So this is a technique that I've written about on my blog and I use with a lot of my clients, where we're journaling consistently, anywhere from 10 minutes minimum up to 20 minutes a day for a consistent period of time, allowing us to kind of sift through our emotional reservoir, the stuff that we've been building up and holding on to. And I think of that stuff as like, you have to do emotional hygiene. If we're in the habit of stuffing feelings that are inconvenient or that don't feel comfortable or maybe aren't even appropriate, like rage, anger, grief sometimes, terror, disgust, if we've just been pushing all of that down and not expressing it in a healthy way, either verbally, written, or through the body, then we might have a lot of trash, I call it our emotional garbage, that's building up and it's starting to stink a little bit. And guess what? That means it's time to take out the trash. It's time to clean house. It's time to get it out. And to me, there's no better way. There's such an intimate level of, agency would be the word, that my clients get when they start putting pen to paper and just writing how they feel. Some people call it like working with your inner child. Sometimes that comes up too. There can be a lot of things in the past from childhood that you're going to work through. So I look at 3 areas: your past stressors, your present stressors, and things within your personality, your behaviors that cause you stress. So we look at those 3 areas when we do our All is Welcome journaling. That's just one area of wellness. There's so much within this, even if we lean into physical wellness, nutrition, which I'm certified and specialized in. How do we fuel our body? How do we eat in a way that's going to support our mood? So your food affects your mood. And so we make sure that we're eating well and we're eating whole foods and we're getting enough protein, we're getting enough water. Within the physical well-being, are we getting enough exercise? Exercise is medicine. And to me, it's like taking an antidepressant. Even something as very holistic and calming as just a short walk in nature can be so good for your mental health as well as your physical health. So we're gonna look to do that. And we're also gonna work on our sleep. We're gonna work on getting connected with nature, on just learning ways to manage your stress and to really look at what you're doing in your life to create this dysfunction, this disorder. I am all about radical responsibility. And so if we can stop blaming everybody else, stop playing the victim for long enough to take a clear, honest look, you're gonna find things within your own wellness, within your own habits, like drinking too much alcohol or scrolling too much on Dr. Google or drinking a ton of caffeine. Those can just be examples. Or not taking care of your sleep, your nutrition, your exercise. Like, wow. And I don't say this to create more anxiety for you, because I know that that is a delicate kind of balance we're playing. We want to improve our wellness, but we also don't want to overload you with too much trying and too much forcing. We really want to work on feeling and listening to what we need and what's going to support us, and maybe listening to what we need to let go of that isn't supporting us. But I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk, because I've been so full with clients, which is a blessing, but I also haven't had the time to do, my schedule is so busy that I haven't been able to take on any new discovery calls. So I'm not getting on and like meeting with my people here on YouTube. And I just want to reconnect in this way. I had a moment today. I wanted to talk a little bit about anxiety, talk about what I believe works, and talk about things that you can do to feel more empowered. Because when you're in it and you're dealing with the symptoms, for me, it was like chronic pain, chronic tension patterns, pelvic pain, panic attacks, back pain, heart rate, ear ringing, like headaches, all these different symptoms that were going on. I was kind of looking everywhere for the answer, but when I slowed down and I connected, a lot of my answer was that there was a lot of emotions there that just needed to be held. And I needed to allow them to come up, sit with them, and then move through them, release them, maybe rewrite some of the stories I had told myself. Like I said, recalibrate. And so connecting spiritually but also emotionally was a big part of my healing journey, and continues to be a part of my journey, because I don't think we're ever healed or cured from anxiety, and certainly not stress. Living a stress-free life is not the goal with my clients and with my coaching. It's building our resilience to stress. It's building our agency, feeling more empowered in our health and our well-being, and not suffering from anxiety. So that's where I'm at as a coach. If you have any questions, please let me know. I want you to connect. I want to hear your story. I want you to comment, because I really want Breathe Well Coaching to be a community of people who maybe have been suffering, but now are stepping forward, leaning forward, and getting ready and willing to be seen. That is a really powerful step right there. If you're there and you're feeling brave and courageous, let's just connect. Tell me what you're experiencing. Tell me what your struggles are. In this community of amazing people, many people have already done coaching with me. We've worked together, so we can support each other as we're continuing to grow and learn, and really get strong at managing our health and our well-being from the inside out. one of the biggest things also in my journey was I had to stop offloading my healing on everybody else. I said radical responsibility earlier, and I really mean that. You have to meet yourself, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. So I changed a lot of things within my lifestyle. I changed a lot of things with how I manage my emotional health and well-being. So I changed a lot of social connections and social things I do. I actually say no to more things now, which is great. I love it. So I have better boundaries and those types of things. So if you have time, please share your story. And if you can't, that's fine. Just and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have so many guided breathing sessions, meditation. I'm going to be posting a video on my journaling practice, but that's also on my blog, which is at www.breathewellcoaching.com. So you can read my blog there. My story is also on my blog. That might be a really good way to connect, and kind of reading other people's story has been really healing for me, really encouraging. You might find some encouragement in my story. So thanks for being here. Breathe well. Bye.
Welcome to Breathe Well Coaching. We're here to help you connect within from the comfort of your own home, to help you overcome stress and anxiety through guided breathwork, mindful meditation, and somatic movement practices like yoga and Pilates. You can also partner with one of our certified health and wellness coaches so that you can make positive, lasting, and sustainable changes in your health and well-being. For more details, check out Breathewell Coaching.